everyone, Brian Moore here. Thanks for tuning in. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about bunker play and some thoughts and ideas that you can incorporate that will help you get out of the bunkers a little better. So first thing we're going to start with is the club itself. We're going to talk about bounce, and for those of you who don't know what bounce is the angle on the bottom of the club from the leading edge of the club right here to the trailing edge of the club back here. And the bounce angle is basically the angle that the bottom of that club sits relative to a vertical shaft. So a wedge with 10 degrees of bounce would have a 10-degree angle from the front edge to the back edge. A wedge with a wider sole on the bottom is good for softer conditions, and a wedge with a narrower sole and less bounce is better for firm conditions like hard sand or hard packed, hard pan ground. So you want to select a wedge that best suits the conditions that you ordinarily play in. So I'm going to talk first about a couple of the reasons why most golfers have a difficult time getting out of the sand. And by far the number one reason is that the club enters the sand too far back behind the ball, and it bounces and skips into the back of the ball, and they scull it across the green, or they get the club stuck in the sand. And a huge part of that reason is the way they set up to the ball. Most golfers stand too tall and too close, and they have too much tilt in their shoulders, and that's just a recipe for bottoming out too far behind the ball. So if we look at what really good players do out of the bunker, is they really sit low. If you look at some video from Seve Ballesteros or Gary Player, two great bunker players, you'll see that they really sit low. They really sit down into their knees, and they sit into this front thigh here, and they get their sternum forward. Now I have the ball way forward here too, and I want to get my sternum forward, the ball forward, and my weight forward, and you can see that my shoulders are very level. In fact, I almost feel like my left shoulder is below my right. It's really not, but it feels like it is. And from here, it's very important that I really get the club to hinge up quickly with my wrists. In order to hit nice, high, soft spinning bunker shots, you have to have a lot of hand speed to get that club to slide under the ball very quickly. Another mistake that a lot of golfers make is they don't have enough wrist cock going back, and they don't have enough release coming through. They use too much arms and not enough wrist, and that just doesn't create enough speed down at the bottom. We want to have this end of the club moving fast and this end of the club moving a lot slower. So really a good bunker shot comes from lots of hand speed and not a whole lot of arm swing. So from this setup that I described here, I'm going to get the club to hinge up very abruptly, and then starting down, I'm going to release and throw the club underneath and past the ball. Okay, you can see that I'm really releasing. I'm going to drive the club down and underneath the ball, and I'm going to get the club head to pass my hands as soon as I possibly can. So let me just hit a couple here for you. I want you to notice my follow-through position. Okay, that was a nice high soft spinner right there. And you can see I've really got my wrists to recock or rehinge here, and the grip of the club really hasn't traveled very far, and my arms are down. A common error, like I said, is people make these big arm swings in the bunker, and they just don't have any speed down at the bottom. So a great drill that you can do that will help you hit the ground in the correct spot. Like I said earlier, most golfers tend to hit behind the ball too far. Is just take your club, draw a straight line in the sand, and start at the far end here. Get the line about opposite your left heel, maybe a little behind your left heel, because the ball would be just in front of that. Start left and just practice getting the club to come down and hit the line on the sand. We don't want to go behind it. We want to start right on the line and get the divot to go forward, so that the line is right here and the divot is right there. So I'll hit a couple more here for you. So I'm setting myself really low here, really wide. I've got the handle low. That's going to help me get the club up. Now, out of firm sand, this is pretty firm sand right here, a little tip, you really have to hit down a little bit more on the ball, and you have to be a little bit more firm through impact. You can't be real soft with your grip. I think a great tip is to hold on a little tighter with the last 3 fingers on your left hand and make sure that that club doesn't bounce up too soon. It's got to go down more. So here we are. Good one there. And one more. Hopefully that'll help you out.